That was all the information Endry would get from this source. He had made a note of what direction the bearded individual with the scar had started in and began walking that same way, opting to follow in pursuit of the same goal. Reaching his right arm behind his back to confirm his pole bag was within reach, then again to the other side to do the same with his rough sack. This was a tic he had picked up not from his years on the road, but understanding, or failing to understand, pickpockets and thieves in towns and cities such as this. Endry was doubling back on the direction his cart had originally come now, allowing him to give a casual wave to Clairon as he assisted his partner in preparing the cart. Propping up the window she was too short to reach on her own. In response, the couple gave Endry a soft nod and an energetic wave, respectfully from the parties one might expect. The guard that the odd couple had hired could not help but notice that his hosts had drawn a few turned heads in ire from their affection as he continued toward the town hall and silently hoped to himself for their success. Endry had to walk only one intersection back towards the widest of the streets besides the Magal. He leaned into his spear while standing in the middle of the intersection at the base of what was currently a long ramp, the halfway point between the city entirely elevated on scaffolding, and what he perceived was the final vision of a mostly level city that kept the municipal building at its highest point, as Endry could see one building that had built on pedestals higher than most, even if they had long since been covered or filled with gravel and dirt in their attempt to make the city level. Unlike most of its contemporaries, the town hall was made of heavy and imposing logs standing vertically, painted white and wider than Endry, instead of the lightweight and flexible wooden planks that built the shops. The parallel rows of brown buildings acting like blinders on an ox from where Endry had been standing, pointing all focus to the structure with significantly more architectural effort and artistry put into it. Even at the bottom of the hill, Endry could make up two ornately decorated pillars that framed the entryway. Beautifully carved heron heads snaked around the columns, left largely unpainted with light gray accents so that the dark wood would contrast the faded blues that made up a base coating of paint on the feathers and head.